Hi everyone, today's our topic is messaging for in-app and web user setup verification. So this is the ninth video of MIAW series. Okay, so this video can be lengthy, so we will split in multiple parts. So this is the first part of messaging user setup verification. Okay, at the end of this video, you will learn what is user setup verification, what is the use of user setup verification, how to set up user setup verification, different type of user setup verifications, and how many times pre-chat form will be visible. Okay.
Before starting video, I want to introduce myself. I am Sunil Sharma, founder of Salesforce Dream Channel. I am Salesforce certified developer. We have a dedicated team that provide the paid service for Flow, Apex classes, Trigger, REST services, Service Cloud, Experience Cloud, Omni channel, messaging for in-app and web, user setup verification in messaging for in-app and web in community as well as external site etc. Please sir contact on our email sunilsharma1994.seeker@gmail.com if you need any paid service. You will get response in 2 hours once we receive email.
So first is what is user setup verification? User setup verification is a functionality provided by Salesforce as part of messaging for in-app and web. Okay. So what is the meaning of that one? Is we can provide some authentication mechanism so that Salesforce can identify the user, and according to that, Salesforce can show the conversation history to the customer, like whatever the conversation he did in past, the entire conversation can be showed by Salesforce to customer. Okay, so securely connect your customer to their own messaging history when you create JSON key set with user verification. This feature increase the messaging for web conversation history from 6 hours to an unlimited display time frame. Messaging for in-app and web continues to display messaging history for an unlimited time frame. To maximize data privacy, securely connect your customer to their messaging history and persist conversation across device with a token-based or credential-based user verification. Persist conversation across device with token-based user verification. Add token-based user verification to the messaging for in-app or web on external site. If you use messaging for web on a Salesforce site, choose between token-based user verification or credentials-based user verification. So summary is, if you enable user setup verification, then Salesforce will maintain your customer conversation history. Okay, so suppose today your customer initiated the chat. Okay, he did some chat with your customer or bot. Okay, he disconnected the chat, no issue. Tomorrow when he's connecting, he's trying to connect the chat again, then he can see the conversation history what he did previously. Okay, also it is supporting cross device means like you your company support website as well as the mobile device. In mobile device, it is supporting iOS as well as Android application. Okay, so it is possibility that sometime customer is initiating the chat from web, sometime customer is initiating the chat from mobile. In that situation, what will happen, whatever the chat he did from mobile application, he can see that chat in web, and whatever he did in web, he can see the entire conversation history in mobile application. Okay, so that is the cross uh, device. Okay, so what is the types of user setup verification? There are types of user setup verification. First is token based and second is credentials based. Okay, so let's start from token based. So if you want to use or external site, or if you want to use mobile device, then you have to use token based only. Okay, if you want to use uh, community site, then you have option, You can use token based or you can use credentials based. But token based is supported only few templates in community. One is build your own aura. This is one template. Second template is health center. And third template is customer service templates. So these are few templates. Those are only support token based. Okay, in community. If external site or mobile device, then you don't have any choice. You need to go for token based only. So what is the meaning of token based? Token based means when the customer is initiating the chat, then with the help of programming, while initiating the chat, you need to send one JWT token. In JWT token, you need to provide a unique identification of customer. So according to that, only Salesforce will fetch the conversation history and it will show to the customer. So the unique identification can be email address or username of customer or any other information. Okay. So let's set up. Okay. So before you set up, I want to let you know that this is my GitHub repository. I will provide the link in description. Just download two things. One is key command line utility.zip. This is a Java project. Okay. So that we will use to generate some JWK file. Okay. Second is you need to download user setup verification latest.doc. Okay. This is the document where I have mentioned all the steps which I will follow. Okay. So let's start. Okay. So step one is install JDK 11 or above. Okay. So in my machine, I have already installed JDK 17. Okay. Here you can see open logic, open JDK JRE 17.0. Okay. So once you have successfully installed, open, open the file till bin. Okay. So in my case, here I have installed downloads. Otherwise, it is possibility that it will download in C drive, program, file, Java, and after that. Okay. So copy till bin. Okay. Go to PC, right click, properties, advanced system setting, environment variable. Go to path, click on edit. Here you can see I have provided my path name 17.014. Okay. Click on new and after that provide. Okay. Similarly, we need two more things. One is Maven. You can type Maven 3 Maven. Okay. Maven repository and you can download above 3 version. Okay. Version 3.0 above. Okay. And one more thing you need is Open SSR. Okay. So those also in my machine is already ready. Here you can see Apache Maven 3.8.8 and Open SSL. Okay. So Open SSL after installed successfully, it is created inside program file. Here you can see Open SSL Windows 60 bin. Okay. So you need to copy this path and finally again you need to go to same location. Here you can see I have added Open SSL path. Similarly, I have created one variable. Click on new and I have created one variable im2 underscore home and here I added the path of my Maven. Okay. And this im2 underscore home I need to add inside path only. Here you can see percent m2 underscore home. That was my variable name and percent. Click on OK. Okay. Now it is working fine or not. You can check. Open CMD. Type Java hyphen version. Enter. Here you can see I'm using 17.0.14. Okay. Maven version. Maven version. So for Maven, the command is mvn space hyphen version. Here you can see 3.8.1 open SSL. Here you can see, yeah. So everything is working fine. Okay. So step 1, step 2, step 3 is done. Okay. Now step 4 is we need in starting I clearly mentioned that you need to download this file, this zip file. Okay. So in my system it is already available. Here you can see go to downloads. This is the file, key command line utility. I have extracted the file. Go to that file. Okay. What you have to do, it's clearly mentioned. You need to go to CD, key command line utility. Yeah, here I want to highlight one point that I have opened like this. CMD I have opened like this. Okay. CMD. Here you can see my path is key command line utility. That's why I mentioned CD and after that command line. And now, now finally I have entered in this folder. In this folder. Okay. So after entering this in this folder, we have to run maven clean install. Okay. But here I want to highlight. Suppose you are directly opened, you directly visited on this location where I can see SRC. Huh. So here you can see if you directly open this one and after that you are opening the command CMD and here you can see SRC is visible to you. Then there is no here you can see, I'm already on that location. So there is no requirement for CD key command line because I'm already inside that folder where I can see the SRC. Okay. So there is no requirement. So just carefully watch this video. Okay. So I'm already inside this folder. So I will not execute this command again. Okay. So what I will do? I will execute this command. Okay. It will take some time, almost 2 to 3 minutes. Yeah. So I will stop the recording and I will resume once the build is done. So here you can see finally the build is successful. Here you can see build success. Okay. Whatever the command we have given according to that build is success. Okay. Once the build is success message you see, go to that same location. Here you can see a new folder should be created. That is target folder. Previously that folder was not available. Okay. That should be available. Okay. That we will use later. Okay. Next is download open SSL. So that I already explained. Next is create a certificate. So open Salesforce, search certificate, create self-signed certificate. Okay. Exportable private key. This checkbox should be selected and the key size should be 2048 only. Okay. Here you can provide some label name, unique name, and you can click on save. In my case, I have already one certificate I have installed, that is MIAW YouTube demo. Okay, this is my certificate. Here you can see it is active 2026 for 1 year. It is active. Okay. Now I have installed this certificate, but I need the private key and public key from certificate. But directly I did not find any way that we can find Salesforce is providing any functionality with the help of that we can fetch the private key and public key from certificate. So I will execute some commands, OpenSSL commands or key tool commands, and with the help of that I will fetch. Okay. So what we need to do? Our next step is once the certificate is installed, click on export to key store. Here you can see. Click on export to key store. I will click on that. We need to provide some password. Yeah, just whatever the password you providing, just remember that because once I will click on export then it will generate a JKS file, Java key store format. Okay. So whenever I will use this JKS file, I need to provide this password. So remember that. So I'm passing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Click on export. Okay. So I will mention key stores file. Okay. I'm storing in downloads. Enter. So my step is done. Step 7 is done. Step 8 is get certificate name from key store. So here you can see, if you observe one properly. So here I have multiple certificates. So here you can see total I have 3 certificates. In that 2 certificates are active. Okay, in active state. Okay. So whenever we are export to key store, then what exactly is happening? Salesforce is exporting all the certificate. Whatever the active certificate I have, all the certificate, it will be exported by Salesforce. But I want to focus on my certificate only, my MIAW YouTube demo. From that only, I want to fetch my private key, public key, everything I want to fetch according to that. But I want to get the name. Okay. So for that one, we have one command. Okay. Here you can see, it will give me the entire information. Okay. So I will open CMD. Okay. After key store, here you can see I have mentioned key store file .jks. Okay. So where I have installed, downloaded in downloads. So I will, this is my file. So I will click on right click, properties, security. Here you can see it has given me the entire path. I will copy. Okay. Paste. Whatever the backward slash, you need to replace with forward slash. This one we need to do 2 times. Okay. Click on enter. When we have generated the JKS file, then we have provided some password. That password we need to provide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here you can see, once I have executed, it has given me all the details of my certificates, whatever the certificates I have. Okay, here you can see your key store contains 2 entries. Okay, first certificate name is MIAW underscore certificate. Okay, second certificate is go down. Okay, second certificate is name is MIAW YouTube demo. Okay, so I will enter and I will store somewhere. Okay, so first command I have executed. Second command is you need to, we need to convert the JKS file to P12 file. Actually, our target is we want to fetch the private key and public key. Okay, so directly from JKS file, I did not find any way to fetch the private key and public key. So first we need to convert the JKS file to um, .p12 file, and after that we will fetch. Okay, so here you can see this is my entire command. So here I have specified where we need to replace. So here you can see, here I have mentioned that key store file.jks file from step 7. Okay, so I will, somewhere we have executed that file name we have given. So I will select, click on enter. Enter means you have copied. I have pasted here. I need to pass SRC alias, and after that mention certificate alias name from step 8. So this is our certificate alias name. I will replace with that. Okay. Here you can see dest key store. Dest key store means destination key store file. Okay. So here you can see file name with P12 extension. So uh, any file name I can provide. Okay. So I will mention P12 file. Any name I can specify, but extension should be P12. Okay. here I need to pass my JKS file password. So while generating the JKS file, we have provided the password 123456. Okay. Now here we need to provide a new password, which will require later. You can use same password or from step 7 or different. Okay. So once, so destination file password. So what is we are doing? We are converting the JKS file to a P12 file. So once the P12 file is downloaded successfully, and if you want to use that P12 file, then what password you need to use, that you need to specify here 1234567. Okay. Same 1234567 again I will provide. If you are doing for production, just provide little bit complex, but I'm just giving demo, so I will use simple. Here you can see importing key store dot jks to p12 dot p12 means p12 file is successfully downloaded. Okay, but which location? Here you can see my location is C user er Sunil. So C user er Sunil. Here you can see my p12 file is ready. P12 file. I will delete this extra file. Okay. P12 file, which is my P12 file is ready. Okay. Next step is we need to get the private key from P12 file. So I will copy this one. Okay. So I need to provide my P12 file. So P12 file is this one. P12 file dot. Okay. So I have specified here. And what will be the your private key name? So private key file. This is my private key file name. Extension should be .pem. Okay. Instead of private key file, you can give any name. Here, here we need to pass the password which we have provided while generating the P12. So while generating the P12 file, we have provided the password is 1234567. 1234567. Okay. The private key is ready. Go to same location. ER Sunil. Okay. In your case, whatever the location is available, here you can see users ER Sunil. I am on that location. This is my file. I will open this file. Okay. Before begin private key, whatever the things is available, I will delete that. Okay. Click on Savage. Okay. Same location I will use so that there is no confusion. C drive users. Okay. So I will not use .pem file. I will use .key file. Okay. So decrypted, decrypted private key and extension I will add as a key that I want to use. Okay. Because in if you observe one thing that in PEM there was some extra information was provided that I don't want. That's why I have used this one. After creating the private key .pem, I have removed the extra things, and I have changed the name to de- decrypted private key file dot extension. I will add as a key only. So please focus properly. Okay. So key is ready. Private key is ready. Next step is we need to get the certificate. Okay. So I will paste. Okay. First, we need to provide the P12 file. So this is my P12 file. P12 file. Okay, here I need to provide a certificate file name, and the extension will be .crt. So I will mention certificate. That is my file name, certificate file. Okay, .crt, that is my extension. Copy paste. Enter. Same password we need to provide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That password we have provided while generating the P12 file. Okay. Certificate file is ready. You can visit same location, certificate file. Okay. We have private file. In private file, we have removed the unwanted things, and we have created a new file. Means we have done save as, and we have provided XYZ name of my private key file, and the extension I have added as a dot key. Okay. Now I got the certificate also .crt file. Next step is I need to get the public key. I need private plus public both key. Okay. So certificate file. So this is the certificate file. I will replace, and here we need to provide the public key file name, and extension should be dot key. So public key file dot key. Okay. Instead of public key file, you can provide any file name. And public file is ready. Here you can see public key file dot key. Okay. Once these things is done, if you remember in starting, we have executed one command called ambient clean install. Okay. We have built the Java project. Now that Java project we need to use to generate JWK file. Okay. Because Salesforce is expecting JWK file. Okay. And JWK file we can generate with the help of certificate and public key. Here you can see public key and certificate. Okay. So we will learn step by step. So go to downloads, key command line target folder. Copy, remove the backward slash to forward slash. Okay. And after target, we need to provide the jar file name. So here you can see this is my jar file name. So I have provided the jar file name. I want to generate JWK file, and here I need to provide some KID. KID means key identification. Key identification. I will provide simple key identification, but for production case, please provide a complex key identification to for security reason. Key identification will be used, just note down somewhere, because it you need to provide to your external system or your mobile device developers, because when they want to generate the JWT token, they need to use this KID to generate the JWT. Okay. So I will provide YouTube MIAW user set of verification the ID. Okay, I have provided something like that. Algorithm is RS256 public key file name. This is my public key file name. So I will replace. And this is my certificate file. Certificate file. So this is my certificate file. Everything is ready. Copy this. Execute the command. Here you can see JWK. Copy this one. Only this entire section. So select and click on enter. Okay. Paste somewhere. Remove the extra space and all those things. Okay. This is your JWK file. Okay. So just save. Save somewhere. So I will save in downloads. I will save JWK file. JWK file. Okay. Extension should be .json. Make sure extension is .json. Okay. Click on save. Here I want to highlight one point. This KID should be unique. Suppose this is one my file. Okay. I will upload on Salesforce. Similar type of file, a new file I am uploading. Okay. Then this key ID should be different. Suppose this time I am uploading this file. After 1 year, my my certificate will expire because Salesforce is giving the certificate only for 1 year. Okay. So all the steps I need to do again to generate this JWK file again. Okay. Now what will happen after 1 year when I will generate the JWK file again, then make sure this KID is different. Otherwise it will not allow. Okay. So now next step is go to messaging. Messaging for in-app and web user verification. Click on new key. Everything is available here. Okay. So don't worry. Key name, you can mention anything. I will mention YouTube demo MIAW user setup. Okay. Please copy this one because once you will save, once I will click on save, then it will not be visible on my UI. Okay. I need to upload the JWK file. This is my JWK file. Click on save. Okay. So this name also it should be unique, and whatever the file I am uploading in that, whatever the key ID is available, that should be unique. For two key, the key KID cannot be same because with the help of KID only the key is identified. Click on save. Successfully saved. Here you can see success message. New key was created, but here you can see in UI I can't see. I will replace that page. Here you can see I cannot see. Okay. Next step is we need to create key set. Just now we have created key. Now we have to create key set. Okay. So this I will add key set. Any name you can add. Okay. Here also I will suggest you that immediately copy paste because it will not be visible on UI. Okay. Here we need to provide some key issuer. Okay. So you can provide anything, but just note down somewhere because this will be used while generating the JWK. Sorry, JWT, GSM Web Token. Okay. So KID also used while generating the JWT token, and whatever the value you are providing here, issuer, that also will be used to generate the JWT. Okay, so just note down somewhere MIAW user setup verification issuer. Okay, just provide some complex for production if you are in, if you are doing for products. Okay, issue. Okay, here just now we have created a new key. That key name we have to search here. So what was my key? This is my key. I will search. Okay, click on save. Here you can see success message, but I can't see on UI. Okay, what is the next step? Next step is you need to edit your channel in edit mode. So search for messaging, messaging setting. Click on edit mode. Click on this checkbox, add a user verification. Make sure this checkbox is selected. Okay. Here you can specify for how many minutes the your JWT token will be valid. So minimum you can specify 60 minutes and maximum you can specify 240 minutes. This time it is in minutes. Okay. Click on save. I did not do any changes. That's why I'm not getting any option for save. Okay. So in my case already this checkbox is selected. So now open same messaging channel in view mode. Previously we have opened in edit mode. Now we will open in view mode. Go to the ending. I will remove the existing. Okay. Click on new. Whatever the key set you created, you need to select. First you have created key. Second you have created key set. Okay. So that key set you need to select. Here you can see YouTube demo MIAW user setup key set. Click on configuration name. You can give anything. YouTube demo MIAW user setup config. I will test here. Setup on. Okay. Yeah. Now everything is ready. Now we need to test. Okay. So I will use one web page. Here you can see I have added my script. So go to your deployment. Copy this one and paste. So I have pasted my script. It is very simple as it is. I have copy pasted. Click on preview. Here you can see the chat icon itself is not visible. Chat icon itself is not visible. Okay, I will do one thing. I will remove that checkbox. I want to show the difference. That's why I am removing. Okay, I will hand refresh. So what challenges you will face, that I want to explain. That's why. Okay, here you can see. Now it is visible because I have removed that checkbox. Okay, but when I have removed this checkbox means user is not verified. Means we cannot maintain the history. But when we are selecting this checkbox, then it is not visible. Because I am doing some mistakes. Because till now I did not done my complete all the steps. Everyone see? It is not visible. It is not visible. That is the expected nature. Why it is not visible? Because from starting I clearly mentioned that we need to provide some authentication mechanism to Salesforce so that Salesforce can identify the person and according to that, it can show the conversation. So when I have selected this checkbox, then Salesforce is expecting the JWT token. But if you observe one here, it is very simple. I have copy pasted nothing. I did not do anything. So what I have to do? We first I need to create JWT token. So CLS means clear. Okay. In my document, I will use same program. Whatever till now I will copy paste somewhere. Okay. So these information you need to provide to your external site team, or you need to provide to the mobile developer. Okay. So this is the format. Okay. So the mobile developer or your external site developer, they need to use these things. This part is called header. This part is called payload, and this is called private key. The combination of these things, they will create a um, JWT token. Okay, KID, that while generating the JWK, we have provided one KID. So this is my KID. I need to replace. Okay, ISS. That's now I mentioned issuer. Okay, so while creating the key set, we have provided issuer that we need to provide. Okay, here IAT means issuer time in millisecond, means current time when I am issuing this JWT token. What is the time in millisecond that we need to define here? Okay, expiry time means after a particular minutes when it will expire. That minutes, that time I have to specify in seconds, sorry, milliseconds. Okay, this is my algorithm, and this is JWT. Subject is the main. Subject means the user identification. With the help of that, Salesforce will identify which user, and according to that, it will provide you the chat. Okay, so here you can use any user identification. You can use um, uh, email address of user if user is logged in. Okay, so I am using this one. Okay, so I'm just giving you the demo that, that with the help of programming, with the help of any backend technology like Apex, Java, .NET, PHP, or any other backend technology or mobile side, they will use all three parts and they will create a JWT token. Okay, in my case, I have already this key command line utility that is supporting. Just now we have used this program to generate JWT file, but same program we can use to generate the JWT token. Here I will, with the help of command line, I will generate, and after that I will add manually. But in real time scenario, we from programmatically with the help of Java will um, uh, generate the JWT token, and we will pass. Everything will happen programmatically. Yeah, till JWK file generation, and all those things, messaging setting, all those things you need to do manually. And after that, generating JWT token, because JWT token will expire in every hours. So you cannot generate manually. It is programmatically. Okay. So if someone is expecting how to generate in Apex, they can message me. I will provide the code how to generate the JWT token. Okay, using these all the parameter in Apex. Okay. Here I will generate with the help of Java. Okay. So because I have already the Java program, so I will use this command. Okay. Need to provide the jar file. So target copy. Okay. Replace all backward slash to forward slash. Okay. KID, I need to specify. This is my KID. Issuer, issuer. This is ISS is issuer. Subject, my user is Sunil at the rate. Okay. Expiry, 6,000 seconds. 6,000 seconds. Okay. But in Salesforce, I have configured 60 minutes. So 60 minutes means 300, 600, sorry, 3,600 seconds. Okay. This is my algorithm. I need to provide the private key. So if you remember, first we have created the private key with .pem extension. We have removed the unwanted text and we have created a private key with .key extension. Okay. So .key extension I need to copy. Go to C drive, user, Sunil, and .key private key. This is my private key. I need to replace. So copy, execute. JWK token is generated. Copy. Okay, I will copy that. First, go to our document. Here you can see add code in script. Okay, so I will copy. I will copy here so that I can explain you. Okay, so here you can see these are the MIAW events. Okay, so first event is on embedded messaging ready. So when you are refreshing the chat, okay, or first time the chat is initiated, then this event is fired by Salesforce only. Okay, once you here you need to specify your token. Here you can see this is my method. This is a Salesforce method only, Salesforce products syntax only. Okay, our target is we have to read, sorry, we have to listen this event, and here we need to provide our token. So I will provide token. I will copy, enter. Okay, I have provided the token. Once this token is expired, after 60 minutes, it will expire. So Salesforce will send a notification with the help of this second um, uh, event that the token is expired. Yeah, but your conversation you can continue till 30 seconds. Okay, in 30 seconds we need to get the second sorry, the new JWT token. Maybe you are calling from here, you are calling Java, Java or .NET or PHP, and you will get the JWT token. Okay, from here, and you need to pass here. Okay, but in my case, my token is uh, valid, and I don't have any Java or something to get the new token after 60 minutes. Okay, so I will comment that portion. I will copy this. In a real time scenario, you need to enable this one. I'm just giving the demo. This one also I have hard coded. You need to take with the help of like from here you need to call Java or .NET or Apex or any language, any backend language. You will not need to get the JWT token, and that you need to pass here. So I will copy this. In here you can see in script I will in starting I will paste. Click on save. Till now it was not showing. Now here you can see the icon is visible. Okay, I will give any. So here you can see once I have entered the chat, you cannot close. You can just minimize. You cannot close. Okay. Here I will execute some messaging session order by created date DES. I am expecting name conversation messaging messaging session. Okay. I'm expecting name conversation ID messaging end user dot platform key order by created date BPS. Huh. Here focus on two things. Okay. One is this platform key. Okay. So here you can see one this platform key is generated by Salesforce only. Here you can see V2 IM message. This is standard only. Here you can see for unknown. Okay. For unknown. Unknown means not verified. Okay. Unverified. Okay. For that one also this till here it is same. After that what happened? Previously it was unknown, but now it is changed to auth. Okay. After that previously there was no mechanism, so it was showing NA, and there was some UID. Okay, so every time it was generating a new UID. But in our case, just focus on one thing. This is the identification I have provided UID while generating the JWT token. So here you can see this is my identification. Sunil at the rate yahoo.com. Sunil at the rate yahoo.com. Okay, that is my identification. Here this is my user setup config that you can cross verify. Go to messaging setting. I will copy. Here you can see this is my user setup configuration. Okay. Now I want to highlight one point that what exactly Salesforce is doing. Salesforce is reading this configuration, user setup configuration, and this your unique identification, and according to that combination of this one, both Salesforce will identify that you are existing in our system or not, what is you have any conversation history or not. So here you can see this is my conversation ID, KBIAK. Okay, okay. So I have initiated the chat on 10:25. I am enabled ended. Okay. If I am initiating again, if I am initiating again, if I will execute this one, here you can see the platform key is same because it is maintaining the user setup config and this ID. Okay. Here you can see the conversation ID is same. Okay. So with the help of this one only it is managed. Okay. Now if you are coming tomorrow and you will see same conversation history. You cannot close this conversation. This whenever I am ending the messaging session. Here you can see. I will add status. Messaging session status. Okay. Here you can see ended. If I will initiate again, every time a new messaging session is created, but the chat is same. Okay. I will show you. Here you can see my new session is active and conversation ID is same. There you can see on three places. Okay. Here in my case, I have here you can see same channel. Same channel. We can create multiple configuration we can create. So suppose if you are expecting like I am using this configuration, YouTube demo user config, just example. Okay. And I will use same user, sunil@yahoo.com. Okay. So Salesforce will consider a separate that this is a different user. ID is same, but the user setup configuration is different. In starting, I clearly mentioned that combination of UUID and your user setup verification combination, it will be checked by Salesforce, and according to that, it will show the history. If if you are changing any one of them, suppose either you are changing the user setup config or you are changing the UUID, your history will be different. Now this is my conversation. Suppose I am using same user sunil@yahoo.com, but instead of this configuration, I am using something else, some other configuration. Then Salesforce will create a new conversation. Okay, if you Salesforce is recommending that if you want to maintain a history of conversation, then it is recommended that you should create only one user setup config and one messaging server. Deployment you can do multiple, like one for mobile, one for web. Because if you are using mobile device, you cannot use same deployment. Here you can see this is the web deployment. But if you want to use for mobile application, you need to go for a new deployment only. Here you can see we have three options: web, mobile. Okay, if you are using mobile device like Android or iOS, then you have to go for mobile. Okay, if you are using for website, that can be community or external site, then you need to go for web. Okay, so you can create multiple multiple deployment, but the channel should be same channel. Okay, and the user setup configuration should be same. Okay, and I clearly mentioned that with the help of this combination only, the conversation history is managed by Salesforce. Okay, now here till now I have done from web. Tomorrow, if someone is using the mobile application, he need to use same configuration. This is my configuration, and he need to send same email ID. Then only Salesforce will provide. Yeah, this is the existing user, and this is the conversation combination is required. Here you can see already I have created for my testing purpose. Here you can see same email I have previously also I have used here. Here you can see sunil@yahoo.com. But here my combination, here my user setup config is YouTube demo MIAW user setup config. But previously I have used this one, YouTube demo user config. So what exactly happened? Here you can see the conversation is different. So every time I don't want to create a new conversation, I want to maintain the history. That's why I clearly mentioned the combination should match. Okay. If you are if you are not selecting that checkbox, user setup verification, if someone don't select this you add a user verification, then that is unverified user. And for unverified users, Salesforce is maintaining like this an oath, and every time a new ID will be generated and a new conversation ID will be created. So there is no history of conversation. Every time a new conversation is created. So what happened previously? What conversation you did, you don't know. Okay. So I hope it is clear. Okay. Now next is how many times prechat form will be visible. Okay. So this is depend on your configuration. Suppose okay. So go to your deployment, go to prechat. Here you can see you have two options: every conversation and every session. Okay. Every conversation means this is the default setting. Okay. Every conversation, if this is the selected, then and you have selected the user setup verification, then in entire live, only once the prechat form will be visible. Entire live, only once the prechat form will be visible. Here you can see now, because what is the reason behind that is because the same conversation ID is used entire live, not because you cannot end the chat. You can end the messaging session, but you cannot end the chat. Whenever you will initiate the chat, every time in same conversation ID will be used. Okay, because of that, if you are using every conversation, because conversation is same, so if user is coming first time, then only he will see the pre-chat form. After that, he will never see the pre-chat form. Okay. Second option is if you are selecting every session means now we are depending on messaging session, not conversation. So every time a new messaging session is created, so every time it will be visible. So I have changed the setting. Here you can see every session. Okay. Now I will execute. I hope there is, here you can see there is no session is active. I will initiate file. I think I need to refresh. Yes. Sorry, my bad. Okay. If you are doing any changes in deployment, make sure you publish. I did not publish. Make sure you publish so that your changes can apply. It will take some time, 1 or 2 minutes. Okay. Now I hope there is no active. Okay. I will refresh. Look like it's not published properly. Now it will publish. Okay. Now I will end and I will try again. Here you can see I need to provide every time. Okay. New session, because here you can see every time a new session is created, but the conversation is same. Here you can see the conversation is same. Okay. Now I will end. Okay. Here I will show you. It is active. It's ended. If I will type again, I hello again, prepared form is showing. Means every time it is creating a messaging session, you will see the preset form. So it depends on your requirement, how you want to configure. So,
Is it possible user setup verification in community site? How we will generate JWT token in community? Yes, it is possible in community. Please wait for next video in that I will explain you how to set up and generate JWT token for community. Thank you. Please like, comment and share our video. Please subscribe our channel Salesforce Dream and press bell icon for new video notification. We provide the paid services also. To get paid services you can contact on our email sunilsharma1994.seekar@gmail.com. You will receive answer in 2 hours after receiving email.